Hi, Phyllis here from southernfrugal.com. Today we're going, or tonight really, late, we're probably going to have barbecue. That's what I'm fixing now. But I wanted to do a little video on the Hush Puppies. Now they're really easy. Just super easy to do. So the first thing is to get your oil hot. Now I use just a pure vegetable Crisco oil, just because it doesn't impart any kind of extra taste, you know, to what I'm frying. So I'm using my little Fry Daddy. Now, I think you can get these at Amazon. Anyway, I'm going to look and see if I can't put a link down just below this little video. Anyway, a lot of times with Amazon you can get it with the shipping for free, and as of now you really don't have to pay any sales tax except in I think 2 or 3 states. So you really get stuff cheaper on Amazon than you would if you just like went to Walmart to get it. So you might want to think about that. Anyway, I'm going to try to find a link for the Fry Daddy, and if I find one on Amazon, I'll put it down below this video. Okay, first thing we're going to do is put 1 egg in a little bowl. I'm just using my 4-cup measuring cup. I'm going to add just 1 tablespoon of sugar to that, and just kind of beat that around a little bit. Next, I'm going to use 3/4 of a cup of whole milk buttermilk. And just mix that in with the egg and the sugar. Now the reason I mix it this way is because if you pour the dry ingredients in the bowl first, it kind of, you know, sticks around the edge, around the bottom. So I like to put my wet ingredients in first. Now I'm going to start out using 1/2 cup of white self-rising cornmeal, and this is House of Autry. That's the one I always use. But you need to make sure that it's self-rising, because the self-rising is going to be about half cornmeal and half flour, plus it'll have the baking powder already in it. So I'm going to start out with 1/2 cup of the cornmeal mix. Mix that around. I'm just using a little whisk. And now I'm going to add 1/4 cup. See how that looks. So that's a total of 3/4 a cup of whole buttermilk and 3/4 of a cup of white self-rising cornmeal mix. Now I can tell I'm going to need just a little more, because you want your Hush Puppy batter to be a little thicker than if you were making like cornbread. So I'm going to add another 1/4 cup. So that would make it 1 full cup of cornmeal mix to 3/4 cup of buttermilk, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 1 whole large egg. Alright, now that looks like about the right consistency. Just mix that around. Now, you want to let this sit for just a couple of minutes, and that will give the cornmeal a chance to soak up a little of the liquid. Alright. Now, my grease is heating up right now, and once my grease gets hot, I'm going to drop it by a little teaspoonful into the batter. Now, I'm probably going to do maybe about 6 at one time. I wanted to talk to you while we're waiting for this cornmeal to soak up a little bit of the moisture about the Amazon again. Now, I just find that it's cheaper to order stuff through Amazon than it is to actually go over to Walmart and buy it in the store, or to, you know, the dollar store or wherever. You just, part of this is because Amazon makes it pretty tough on people who are selling stuff on Amazon. And so they really pretty much require that the supplier pay half the postage of customers who order the product. And I don't know if every product works this way or not, but I think a lot of them do. So you're really better off you know, ordering even small things from Amazon most of the time. So, and if you're in a state that has a sales tax, which most states do now, I think, a lot of times you can avoid even the sales tax. So the reality is it's cheaper to order from Amazon. We pretty much order from Amazon all the time now. So anyway, all right, I think our grease is probably hot now, and I'm going to start dropping these in. I'm going to only put maybe 5 or 6 in at one time because I want my grease to stay hot. Now, if you're frying them in a skillet, you want your grease 350 to 375 degrees, and you definitely need to have a deep frying little thermometer. Now this is a candy thermometer and a deep frying thermometer, and you just want to clip it onto your pot or skillet, whatever you're using, and try to maintain that frying temperature. Now, one of the best ways to do that is to not put many Hush Puppies in at one time. So we're just going to do 5 or 6 little teaspoonfuls. Now, I want you to look at this. See how it's gotten a lot thicker. And you want to be careful doing this. And what I do is just take my finger and scrape it right off the end of the teaspoon. Now they'll go down to the bottom, and then they should come right back up to the top. You want to be real careful and not let that grease splash back on you. Now, okay, that's 6. All right, now normally I put some shredded onion in my Hush Puppies, and that's kind of the southern way to do it. I always put the onions in, but I'm not doing that this time, and I'm not because once you fry something that's got onions in it in your oil, it kind of, you know, leaves that onion flavor in the oil, and one of the ways you can get that out is by, you know, cutting up several slices of potato and fry that after you fried something with onion, and a lot of times it'll take that onion taste out. But anyway, today I was just making them without the onion in them. And they should make, you know, little round balls. Now, as long as the grease stays hot enough, they shouldn't be real greasy. It's when the grease temperature goes down that things start getting greasy. Now I'm going to just kind of flip a couple of them over, but they should flip on their own. But if they don't, you kind of have to help them out a little bit. Alright, so it only just takes, you know, maybe about 2 minutes to get them done. And sometimes you'll have a stubborn one that won't stay flipped over like it should. And again, you don't want to put too many in there at one time because they will come out greasy if you do. You know what I mean when I say greasy, they kind of soak up some of the grease. Alright, I think we're probably done now. So you want to kind of shake some of the grease off as you're taking them up, and just put them on your paper towel to drain. And another way to tell if they're done is they kind of stop sizzling. Okay, we are ready to put our next batch in now. Again, just a little teaspoon, and be real careful when you're dropping these over in the grease because it will splash back on you. You have to be quick. Now this time I just put 5 in. As soon as one of these cools, I'll cut it in 2 and show you what it looks like. right, I hope you will try ordering stuff if you don't already from Amazon. I know a lot of people that just about everything they get, they order from Amazon. And I can certainly understand why. And I know that Congress and different state governments are trying to figure out how they can force Amazon to collect the tax. You know, all the states we got and all the different amounts of tax. And it seems like part of that legislation was going to be, you know, if you've got a domicile in that state is when you have to pay the taxes. I'm not sure quite how that works, but so far everything we've ordered, nothing has ever had tax on it. And we do have a South Carolina sales tax. In some counties it's up as high as 7%, so, you know. All right, we're going to flip these over. Some of them flip over on their own, and some of them have to be encouraged to flip over. And you know what? If they don't flip over, they still get done. So just, they'll look like that. See how it's lighter on top, but it's still done. All right, I'm going to cut one of these in two and show you what it looks like. In fact, we'll cut this one in two. There's what it looks like, perfectly cooked, see? Now you don't want to make them too big, and also notice there's no grease all on the inside of it. It's not like gummy or anything. Now the way we eat our Hush Puppies, I serve them with a little itty bitty bowl of butter that's been softened, and you just kind of dip it down in there and take a bite. Everybody has their own little butter, little bowl, little teeny bowl. All right, I think these are done also now, because they quit, you know, making that simmering sound, bubbling sound. And just shake the grease off of them. Oops, I dropped that one. And just be careful around the grease. Okay, I think you got the idea. And I've got, this is probably going to make, let me just guess and say about 30 Hush Puppies. And I'm going to try this one. Very, very good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish cooking these Hush Puppies. And I do hope you'll try them. There's what they look like close up. And again, it's better if you have fresh oil when you start cooking them. Okay, see you next time.